Have you ever wondered if one word, just one single word, could completely change your life? Sounds too simple, right? But what if I told you that many people have gone from nothing, literally zero, to living lives filled with wealth, success, and opportunity, all by repeating one word daily? Yes. One word. And no, this isn't just a feel-good idea or some social media trend. There's something deeper going on here, something most people don't talk about. Hidden in ancient teachings, quietly mentioned by spiritual leaders, and now being rediscovered by people who are using it to shift their reality, fast. Imagine waking up every day, speaking this word into your life, and watching how things begin to change. Opportunities appear. People respond to you differently. Your energy shifts. And slowly, or sometimes suddenly, life begins to reward you. But here's the part that nobody tells you, it's not about the word itself. It's about how your brain reacts to it. How your subconscious hears it. How it rewires the way you see the world. This word becomes a trigger. A magnet. A guide. And when spoken with the right mindset and routine, it can literally unlock the door between where you are now and the life you truly desire. In this video, you'll discover that one word. I'll explain where it comes from, why it works, and exactly how to use it, step by step, to activate change in your life. You'll also hear stories of people who quietly used this technique and ended up with results they never imagined. We're diving deep into one of the most underestimated and rarely shared manifestation tools, something ancient, something powerful, and something surprisingly simple. But here's the deal, don't skip a second. Because by the time we reveal the word, you'll already begin to understand how and why it works, and if you miss the process, you might miss the magic. So stay with me until the very end. This could be the beginning of a whole new chapter in your life. Welcome to Bright Mind Within, where we unlock the secrets to the life you've always wanted. If you're ready to shift your reality and open your mind to powerful truths, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Now, let's begin. Let's get something clear from the start, this isn't magic. There's no wand, no spell, no sudden bolt from the sky. What we're talking about is something far more real and far more powerful. It's your mind. The idea of repeating one word might sound strange at first. Too simple. Too easy. But that's exactly why it works. Our minds are wired to respond to patterns, repetition, and belief. When you say a specific word again and again, especially with feeling, it starts to stick. It becomes more than a sound. It becomes a signal. A mindset trigger. This trigger quietly starts shifting how you think, how you feel, and how you act. And when those three things change, your entire life changes with them. People from around the world have tried this. Some of them didn't believe it at first. They just wanted to try something new because nothing else was working. But after just a few days of repeating the word with intention, they began to notice something. A shift. A new idea. A strange opportunity. Money coming in from places they hadn't expected. One woman shared her story online. She was broke, in debt, and emotionally exhausted. She chose one word and said it every morning for 30 days. She visualized it. Felt it. Lived it. And by the end of the month, she was offered a freelance contract that changed everything. A man on a similar journey repeated his word during quiet walks. He said the same word over and over, out loud and in his mind. Within weeks, he landed a job he hadn't even applied for. They called him. These stories aren't rare anymore. They're becoming more common. Quiet success stories of people using a small, simple tool to wake up something powerful within them. They had nothing. Not a dollar to spare. No backup plan. No big following. Just a quiet desire for more, and a single word they decided to repeat every day. One man, struggling to pay rent, came across a story online. It wasn't a motivational speech or a long course. It was a simple message: repeat this one word for 12 days. Out of curiosity and desperation, he tried it. He didn't fully believe it, but he was willing to try anything. Each morning and each night, he whispered the word to himself. By the seventh day, he received an unexpected payment he had given up on months ago. By day 12, he was offered a side job that opened new doors. Another woman was working 2 jobs, exhausted, and constantly worrying about money. She wrote the word on a sticky note and placed it on her bathroom mirror. Every morning before work, she'd look herself in the eyes and say it 3 times. At night, she'd do the same. She didn't even tell anyone she was doing it. On the 10th day, someone she barely knew offered her a business opportunity. It wasn't just money. It was a shift. A different kind of energy was flowing in her direction. And then there was a young student. Buried in loans. Full of doubt. He kept seeing the same word pop up in different places, almost like the universe was nudging him. He set a reminder on his phone to repeat it throughout the day. At first, nothing happened. But by the 12th day, he described a sudden moment of clarity. A flood of ideas. A plan to start something small, and he did. That small idea became his first online income stream. They started with nothing. Then, they spoke this word every day. The law of attraction is based on a simple idea: what you focus on, you attract. It's not just about wanting something. It's about aligning your thoughts, feelings, and energy with what you desire. When you focus on fear, lack, or stress, that becomes your reality. But when you focus on abundance, confidence, and opportunity, your mind starts to look for those things everywhere. Now, this doesn't mean money suddenly appears on your doorstep. But it does mean your mindset shifts. You start making choices that match what you believe is possible. And that's where repeating one word becomes powerful. Repeating a word acts like planting a seed in your subconscious. If you say the same word every day, especially a word that reflects the life you want, it becomes a mental anchor. That word starts to shape your thoughts. You don't just say it. You begin to feel it. Over time, it becomes part of how you see the world. For example, if your word is abundance, you'll begin to notice moments of abundance around you. A compliment. A free coffee. A new idea. You're training your brain to search for alignment with that word. It's no longer just a sound, it becomes a mindset. Even psychologists agree, repetition creates belief. When you repeat something daily, your brain starts to form new neural pathways. This is how habits are formed. It's how confidence grows. Of course, not everyone believes in the law of attraction. That's okay. You don't have to. But studies show that when people focus on positive thoughts and take aligned actions, they experience real change. It's not magic, it's mental conditioning. The key is not just repeating the word but allowing it to shape how you think, feel, and act. It's not a common word. In fact, it comes from the ancient Aramaic language, the same language believed to have been spoken by spiritual teachers thousands of years ago, including Jesus himself. Shalom means peace, wholeness, and complete well-being. But this isn't just peace in the sense of calm or silence. This word carries a deeper energy. It speaks of a state where nothing is missing, and nothing is broken. It's a frequency of abundance, balance, and inner power. Why does this matter when it comes to wealth and success? Because everything starts inside. Most people chase money thinking it will fix what's broken. But ancient wisdom teaches the opposite. You must first feel whole, and from that wholeness, abundance flows. Shalama brings your mind and body into alignment with this truth. When you repeat Shalama, you're not just saying a word. You're speaking a vibration that tells your subconscious, I am enough. I am complete. I already have what I seek. And from that place, things begin to change. Energy flows differently. Your decisions become clearer. You attract solutions instead of stress. In today's world, many people try to force success through pressure and hustle. But those who understand the deeper power of language use words like shalama to become the version of themselves that success naturally flows to. Repeating shalama daily, especially in moments of doubt or fear, does something powerful. It settles the nervous system. It centers your energy. And it calls in opportunities, people, and ideas that match the energy of peace and wholeness. This is why the word works. Not because it's magic, but because it reminds you of something you've forgotten, that abundance doesn't come from the outside. It's attracted to your inner state. Find a quiet moment in your day, early morning or just before sleep works best. This is when your mind is most open, most still. You don't need a special room, incense, or candles. Just a calm space where you can sit, breathe, and be with yourself. Close your eyes. Let the noise of the day fade. Then, speak the word, shalama. Say it gently. Or whisper it. Or just repeat it in your mind. The sound isn't what matters most, it's the feeling behind it. As you say the word, let it settle into your chest. Into your heart. Do this for a few minutes each day, for 12 straight days. Not once or twice, but consistently. You're not trying to force anything to happen. You're creating a rhythm. A signal to the universe, and to your own subconscious, that says, I'm ready. I'm aligned. I'm open. While repeating the word, begin to visualize. See yourself already living the life you want. Don't just think of money. Imagine the freedom, the joy, the ease that comes with it. See yourself walking into the home you dream of. Opening the message that says your payment has arrived. Smiling at a life where you're supported and safe. The word and the vision go together. Shalama reminds your system that you are whole. The visualization shows you what wholeness can look like in the outside world. Each day, the repetition builds. The vision grows stronger. The word sinks deeper. You're not wishing. You're not hoping. You're aligning. You're training your inner world to match the reality you want to create. And from this quiet daily practice, something begins to shift. Not just in your thoughts, but in your energy, your choices, and the way life begins to respond to you. At first, the changes are small. Almost invisible. You won't see fireworks or overnight miracles. But something inside starts to feel different. You begin to feel calmer. Less desperate. You stop overthinking every little thing. There's a quiet confidence building beneath the surface. It's not loud. It doesn't shout. But it's steady. You walk differently. You speak with a little more certainty. You start saying yes to things you used to avoid. Maybe someone invites you to a networking event, and instead of making excuses, you go. Maybe you finally message that potential client, or apply for the job you thought was out of your reach. It's not luck. It's alignment. Repeating the word shalama doesn't just soothe your nerves, it activates something powerful. It grounds you. And when you're grounded, you make better choices. You'll find yourself more open to opportunities that were always around you, but that you couldn't see before. That side hustle idea you ignored suddenly feels possible. That course you scrolled past now makes sense. That stranger who gives you advice? You actually listen. It's also in the way you speak to yourself. The inner voice that once said, "You're not ready," now says, "Try anyway." Affirmations stop feeling fake and start triggering action. You no longer just repeat nice words, you follow through. You trust your gut more. You second guess less. Even others notice it. They say you seem more centered or different. That's because your energy has shifted. You're not chasing, you're allowing. You're no longer trying to force life to happen. You're moving with it. Responding from clarity, not fear. All of this begins with one small habit. One word. Repeated with intention. It's quiet work, but it's the kind that turns an ordinary day into the start of something big. If you've made it this far, it means something inside you is already shifting. That quiet part of you that's ready for more clarity, more peace, more abundance, is listening. So now it's time to go a step further. Don't just watch. Commit. For the next 12 days, give this practice your full attention. Just a few minutes a day. Speak the word shalama. Feel it. Let it settle into your body like a calm wave. And then, write. Take a notebook or a blank page and begin journaling after each session. You don't need to write essays. Just note down what you felt, what thoughts came up, what ideas or feelings bubbled to the surface. You might be surprised. Sometimes it's a memory. Sometimes it's a new idea. Sometimes it's nothing but stillness. That's okay. The point is to observe. This is how transformation begins, not with big outer changes, but with subtle shifts in awareness. You'll start to notice that the word shalama is doing more than calming you. It's stirring something deeper. You might find yourself acting differently, seeing situations with new eyes, making decisions from a place of confidence instead of fear. That's why journaling matters. It keeps you present. It makes the invisible visible. You begin to see your own growth, day by day. But remember, it's not the word alone. It's what you do with the thoughts it sparks. What you choose to believe. What you choose to act on. You're not just repeating a sound. You're choosing a new story for yourself. A new energy. A new direction. Every day you show up for this practice, you're proving to yourself that change is possible, not someday, but now. This is your invitation to shift, not just your mindset, but your life. Try this simple but powerful practice for the next 12 days. Just one word, shalama, spoken with intention, followed by reflection and action. Watch how it begins to shift your thoughts, your feelings, and the way life responds to you. And when you notice those little changes, however small, come back and share your experience in the comments. We'd love to hear what this word unlocks for you. Remember. One word. 12 days. Mindset plus action equals real change. If this message spoke to you, give this video a like, it helps us reach more people who need to hear this. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to Bright Mind Within and turn on the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. In our next video, we'll go even deeper, sharing powerful daily routines that align your energy with success, and real-life stories of people who used practices like this to go from struggle to abundance. Until then, remember, you're not waiting for abundance. You're becoming it. One word at a time.